lovelies, it's Bronte Spicer. How are you? I am the author of It's Okay to Cry, and today I'm talking about what we need most beyond mindfulness and talking it out. So talking to someone, going to have talk therapy, speaking, just kind of letting it out. Now I want to preface this with having someone listen to you and hold the space for you to actually share how you're feeling absolutely is helpful. And I'm speaking to the people who are doing that and are still experiencing anxiety and depression. So sometimes we need more than just being heard and listened to, and we can feel a little bit stuck in our own story of, like, I know all of these things are wrong, but I am still feeling anxious, or I'm still feeling depressed, and I can't get myself out of this rut. And I also want to speak to mindfulness. Mindfulness is an excellent, it's proven that works so well, and at the same time, basic mindfulness sometimes is not enough, and we need to go further. We need to go beyond basic mindfulness, and that's what I'm going to explain here. So the reason why, I'll give you a little example. I worked as a meditation teacher, so I meditated for a long time, and I practiced mindfulness from a very young age, probably 15, I think I remember, or perhaps even earlier than that, maybe 14, I started practicing breathing techniques. So I was very well versed to mindfulness, breathing, meditation, but I still experienced a lot of depression. And so now what I'll explain is what you need, if you're a teacher, what your students need, if you're a parent, what your children might need beyond either talking it out, expressing how they're feeling, and also some just like a mindfulness app or being present, because it's very hard to stay present and stay curious with intense emotions and really horrific negative thoughts. And so I am going to show you, this is the quick sheet, the Killer Bee Inquiries quick sheet that I give all of my participants and members in my program Beyond Belief, which is a 6-month online healing journey to help you overcome anxiety, depression, and overwhelm using a body-based approach to improving your mental health. So we are going beyond basic mindfulness, and we're going beyond talking about how we're feeling, and we're learning how to process our own thoughts and feelings so they let go. So we're not holding it on, we're not holding onto that emotional baggage, and we're also not looping in our minds through with those ruminating thoughts. So there are 2 tiers of tools within the Killer Bee Inquiries. So if you don't know what the Killer Bee Inquiries are, they are a set of advanced mindfulness or self-inquiry tools that help you let go of negative thoughts, overwhelming feelings, pain from the past, and bad memories, and a whole heap of other bits, everything in between. So there are 4 tools, or 4 skills, I would say, 4 skills that help you learn how to process, integrate, resolve, and release your thoughts and feelings that sometimes can't be accessed with just basic mindfulness or talking it out, or talk therapy, or talking to someone. So the first tier is identifying and resting. So first of all, what you want to do is you want to get clear. First of all, you want to identify what thoughts and feelings that you have. So you can start doing this. And a great way to do that is to get a journal out. So start writing, start venting, and notice what thoughts you have in your mind, and then what body sensations you have. So when I say emotions, I'm not talking about fear, guilt. I'm not talking about the words that we put to our emotions. I'm not talking about sadness, grief. I'm talking about the actual body sensation. So how does it feel in your body? So you might have like a heaviness in your chest, or maybe you have a tight neck, or maybe you have like a squirmy feeling in your abdomen. So they're the body sensations, and yes, they are your emotions. And yes, of course, you can journal the labels for the emotions like grief, sadness, fear, scared, depressed, anxious. But what is also just so profound, this is really what shifted my 22-year bout of depression, was learning how to firstly identify what kind of sensations are in the body. So that's identifying. That's the first skill to processing and letting go of your thoughts and feelings, so you can let go of anxiety and depression. So identifying, that's the first skill. The second skill is resting with. So resting with noticing the thoughts and the feelings that are here. Now I want to remind you, I know some of you will have heard me talk about this, that we are either resting with the thoughts or we're resting with the body sensations. So we're either resting with what's in the mind or we're resting with the emotions in the body. We're not doing both at the same time. And that's where I definitely got stuck in talk therapy, where there were lots of thoughts and feelings at once, and it was re-traumatizing, and it was very difficult to even just experience that. It was too overwhelming. So this is called titration, where we just work with one piece of the experience. So we will just we'll just notice the thoughts first, and then we'll notice the body sensations second. And so I've given you a link here in this video called the Simple Inquiry Audio Guide, and this will guide you how to watch your thoughts without getting pulled into them. So you basically put your thoughts onto an imaginary screen in front of your eyes, and then you use lots of different tools to be curious, to stay in that window of tolerance where you are curious, you're present with what is here, and those are the thoughts and then also the body sensations. So that's tier one out of, there's 2 tiers in learning how to process your thoughts and your feelings, so you can process and let go of your anxiety and depression. So identifying is the first skill, resting is the second. So identifying is really just knowing what's here, knowing what thoughts are here, knowing what feelings are here in the body. And then the second skill is resting, so being with. This is basic mindfulness. So being with, noticing, being curious about what thoughts are here and what body sensations are here. And as I said before, go to the Simple Inquiry audio guide, and that will walk you through how to be with your thoughts and feelings without getting pulled into them. Now the second tier is supporting and inquiring. Supporting and inquiring. So supporting is where you are reparenting yourself. You're nurturing yourself. You're supporting yourself. You're bringing that sense of compassion to yourself and to those parts of you, which are your thoughts and feelings, that you really want to resist and abandon again. So these thoughts and these feelings are exacerbated. They're high. They're getting your attention. Either the feeling is painful or it's uncomfortable because it's trying to get your attention. So you love it, so you welcome it, so you reclaim and integrate that part of you. That feeling is a part of you. So it's time that you come towards it and embrace it and love it. The more that you do that and find a sense of compassion rather than trying to cut it off, sever it, or cut the cords, try to get rid of it, that's actually slowing down your process of healing. So you want to actually turn towards it, welcome it, love it. And you can do things like this. If you have a feeling that's in your chest and it feels uncomfortable, put your hands over it and give yourself a sway. This is a natural response. Think of babies, think of mothers with their babies. It's a natural instinct to sway and rock, and this supports the nervous system returning to that rest digest state. So if you can parent yourself doing that as you have a difficult feeling, challenging feeling in your chest, and that will you're supporting your emotion here as it's here, knowing that it's not going to stay forever. It's not going to stay forever. You just have to be, the best way to let go of your anxiety and depression is actually to be with what's here in this moment. And in this moment, you might have a heaviness in the chest. So you can say to it, thank you for being heavy. You're welcome to be as heavy as you like. I love you. Open up the space for it. See if it wants more space. and there's a whole heap of more tools that I can show you that I teach you in my program Beyond Belief. So if you want more support to let go of your anxiety and depression, then DM me and we can book a clarity call to see if this is a good fit for you to come and join and do this work. So that's supporting. So that's the third skill. So can you see that there's so much more that's required than just talking it out and being mindful? We need to actually come towards and being compassionate with the feelings in our bodies, and we also do that with the thoughts as well. You have maybe you have the words "I'm selfish" up on the screen in front of you. You're noticing how it looks. Is it in capital letters, lowercase letters? Is it close up, far away, 2D or 3D? What's the detail? How do these thoughts look? And from that place, you're holding a sense of compassion and love, supporting, welcoming these thoughts. As you do that, you befriend them, and then they fall away because they've received what they needed from you. These thoughts are just really calling for your love and attention, your care. So that's the third skill that we teach in the Killer Bee Inquiries. And the fourth skill is inquiring. So this is a process of asking questions. So this is such an important skill to have, that when you have a feeling that is stuck, it's not going anywhere, you want to start to ask it questions, knowing it's either here to deliver you a message, or it's here for a purpose. Perhaps it's protecting you, perhaps it's helping you keep safe, perhaps it's giving you something. Believe it or not, your depression might be helping you feel safer by keeping people close, or perhaps there's another utility there. You might be gaining from having depression or anxiety. So we ask lots of different questions, and knowing that when we ask questions and we see these thoughts and feelings as another person, and we strike up a conversation with this part of us, which is the thoughts and feelings. They're not separate from you. They are a part of your human experience, so they are a part of you. So you welcome that, and you start asking questions. And when you ask questions, then comes the deficiency stories, the root of the problem, any memories that unresolved trauma. And if that's scary for you, then come and join the program Beyond Belief. And we show you we've got a whole booklet full of tools to help you feel safe to resolve your trauma, to integrate experiences that you've had, to let go of negative thoughts or negative stories, negative beliefs that you've held for so long that you're just so tired of and sick of. So that's the fourth skill that's required for you to let go of your anxiety and depression. So you can see this is a very skillful process to take ownership of your own thoughts and feelings. Often we talk about being able to deal with our own shit, or doing the inner work, but how do we actually do that? Well, we use these tools that are very specific and tailored, and there's a method to it. There's 2 tiers, there are 4 skills, and there are a set of tools within each skill. So you master these skills. You master learning how to identify what's here. You master learning how to rest with what's here. You master learning how to support what's here in terms of your thoughts and feelings. And you master learning self-inquiry. So digging a little bit deeper, mining to see what's really the root of this problem. What's really the cause of this issue. And it's generally trauma. It's developmental trauma or some other form of trauma. It could be just someone, maybe it's your parent just looking at you in an angry way. It doesn't have to be like a car crash or domestic violence. It absolutely can be. All of these experiences of yours are absolutely welcome. And we just work with what comes up for you. So if you'd like to join, if this is really calling you and you'd like to join and learn how to process your thoughts and feelings so you can let go of anxiety and depression, then reach out via DM. We'd love to have you. It's such a beautifully safe, warm community with such compassionate people. We only invite those people in who can who do have the capacity to hold a sense of compassion and practice non-judgment. So it's an extremely warm and safe and compassionate place for you to learn how to do the work, so you don't have to carry this anxiety and depression anymore, and you can just feel free in your life to be who you are, and feel at peace in who you are, and feel comfortable in who you are, feel comfortable in your own skin, and be able to do the things that you really want to do. That's what it's all about. So thanks for joining me, and if you want to do the work, come and ask. And if you're a teacher or a parent, then we've got some beautiful offerings coming up as well for you in the coming months. So watch this space. I'll see you soon.